That's the 16th. The pilot is going to be launched by His Excellency the President himself at 11 a.m. from the Ghana India Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT, right next to the Ministry of Communications. Now, what we're doing is, over the next 1 week, the portal is going to be open. It's www.1millioncoders.gov.gh. There are currently 6 courses that are available in 3 disciplines. You can go online and fill the form as an applicant. There will be a review of the application, and if you are shortlisted, you will get notification. And we're taking applications for people to go to our physical training centers in Accra, in Kumasi, in Sunyani, and in Bolgatanga. We would launch on the 16th in the 4 centers at the same time, because we're a tech ministry. We can flex more and show that we have technology to connect across the country from 4 areas. So the URL again is www.1millioncoders.gov.gh, and you can fill out the form. The one is ONE. Everything is in words. So it's ONEMILLIONCODERS. Well, I'm just told that even if you use the number 1, it also works. So even the number 1 will work. So whether you spell it out in letters, yeah. So whichever ways you go about it, it shows you that there's been a reset even in our technology. But yeah. Adams from Economy Times spoke about data bundle pricing and specialized data bundles. I've gotten a number of tweets about that, and the Director General of the NCA here, he's the regulator, is one of the things that the NCA is actively looking at. If we find any incidents of price fixing or price tampering by any of the telecom operators, be rest assured the regulator will instill or impose very stiff fines. We have a regulator that is on top of their beat and will not tolerate anything that shortchanges the Ghanaian people. The thing about specialized data bundles is that at times the pricing per megabyte may be different from a regular bundle that you have bought. So you always need to be minded about the terms and conditions. Because whenever you get an offer, people look at the big print and don't read the fine print. So at times you see specialized or special data bundles, but if you read the fine print, the per megabyte pricing is different from your other data bundles. So this in itself will account for what appears to be the speed of certain data bundles and all. But again, the regulator will look at how we can have a harmonized system so that people have a uniform customer experience whether they're using the regular bundles or whether they're using special event bundles. But I can rest assured on the 5 Independence Day, 5 public holiday bundles. And I know there are people who said, oh, Sam George and the president are taking credit for something that used to happen. They never used to give you 5 national holidays. So it's a new thing that on Independence Day, on May Day, on Founders Day, on Republic Day, and then on Farmers Day, we would have uniform data offerings across all the networks. Some of the people who criticize me during Independence Day, they bought the bundles that we had offered them, they used it to bash us. But yeah, that's the beauty of democracy. So they should look forward to May Day, 1st May, to celebrate our workers. There will be another data bundle offering. Noble from TV3 asked about the debt to ATC and plans to settle. Well, it's one of the biggest headaches I've had, and like I said, this is debt that was not acquired by government, or did not happen by failure of government, but simply by the policymakers' decision to buy a company that was struggling. Poor management on the part of 2 private entities, Party Airtel and Millicom Ghana, who had run Airtel and Tigo into the ground. We had no business intervening the way we did to take over 400 million of debt and claim that we had bought the company for $1. But that's where we are today. In the past 8 weeks, I have engaged with ATC at the country level, at the Africa level, and at their national, the headquarters level. I've met with a team from the US on this matter. We have made some headway. I mean, the city value term of the debt to ATC is about 1.5 billion Ghana cedi. We've heard of the incident of a senator threatening to block IMF payments all because of ATC debt. But we've had very constructive conversations even with the American ambassador, and they've come to a position where they're willing to take a significant haircut. As it stands right now, the offer on the table is somewhere in the region of about 500 million. So we are saving about the billion of the debt. We are getting them to write that off. But I'm still pushing for even more to drive the what is outstanding even further down. And we're not doing it all in cash. We're doing it in a mix of cash, tax, and a few other assets that we can look at, so that the real liability sitting there that we need to pay readily with cash now has dropped from about $190 million to about $10 million. That's the kind of negotiation we've done in the last 8 weeks. And I'm working with the Attorney General and the Finance Minister to see how we can manage this and build a payment plan towards that. Atta Mensah from GNA asked about SIMREG and the CEIR, the Centralized Equipment Identity Register. So let's call a spade a spade. Today, and we've had instances of this, when the state, through its security agencies, needs to identify a person of interest using their SIM card, it's next to impossible. Because the SIM registration or re-registration that Ghanaians were put through about 3 years ago or 2 years ago did no verification on the back end. There was no single source of truth to verify against. And so yes, biometrics were taken, but they were not matched against anything. And that's why today you have SIM cards that are registered to people's Ghana cards that the people themselves did not register. That's why today, even though there was a limit of 10 cards per Ghana card, there are instances where one Ghana card has been used to register over 30 cards because there was no matching. Many people have, and there was an instance, law enforcement instance that I encountered in my very first week. We're working with the then Cybersecurity Director General. We identified a number, saw the Ghana, did a cross-referencing with the number, the Ghana card that was used to register the card, geolocated the person, security did an operation, but it became immediately clear that the individual whose Ghana card, who we had picked up on the back of his Ghana card, was not the same person as the person who was using the same card. And that's simply because you have unscrupulous people who registered pre-registered SIM cards using people's Ghana cards. You go and you try to register, and then they tell you the network is down, it didn't go through, but they had registered a SIM card. And then they take your card again and do another registration. And then they begin to sell those pre-registered SIM cards. And so you will be an innocent person sitting down, and because your Ghana card had been used to pre-register a SIM card that was used in fraud, you'll be picked up. So people may think that, oh, but we went through the hassle. Yes, and I appreciate it. I was one of, in fact, I was Christian Stubborn Academy because I opposed the registration process, because we questioned the technical basis of doing what was being done. And that's why I make a solemn pledge to you that you will not have to queue. You will not have to go and leave work for a day or two to get your SIM registered. There's a whole simple technical process behind it. It will be interactive. It will engage you. The regulator has seen the demo of it and how it works. We are very clear in our minds what we're going to do. Because if you've submitted your biometrics to the NIA and the NIA has captured your biometrics. It's a simple opportunity for us to match what MTN or Telecel or AT holds against a certain number and cross-reference and send you a prompt to confirm if that number was really registered by you. So if someone has registered with your SIM, your Ghana card without your knowledge, and that number is brought to your attention, and you indicate that that is not your number, you blacklist it. If it is your number and the biometrics match, you whitelist your number and you get a prompt letting you know that your identity has been verified. But we will go a step further to now do what we call the Central Equipment Identity Register. Now that is a registration not of your SIM, but of your phones. Every phone has an IMEI number, which is global and is a unique identifier, it's a fingerprint of your phone. And so we're also going to be sending you prompts to do the registration of your phone. Now, there are two reasons why